Hello. Thank you for tuning in. My name is James Curtis Geist. Been a history teacher for 20 plus years. An author since 2016. I've written over 40 books that can be found on Amazon. Um, I love my coffee. And I love my Dr. Squatch cologne. Please hit like and subscribe if you enjoy my stories. Thank you very much. Um, this is called Ace, Our Shelter Dog. It's a short book. Um, Here goes. Stepson Miko, age 22, wants a dog. I grew up with dogs and decided it would be nice to have a dog in our lives. While wife Helen and I go to the local dog shelter to surveil the canine castaways. We meet Ace. He is a shepherd pit bull mix, 37 pounds of muscle, does not bark, and is skittish. He walks up and leans his rib cage into my leg, begging to be petted. He looks confident, courageous, and quiet. He's 4 years old, and I have no idea how he was treated by his previous owners. February 18th, the shelter committee, after reviewing several families, gives us a call to tell us we're the best fit for Ace. My family jumps for joy. I have visions of Ace being with me in 10 years at my outside barbecue celebrating my retirement from being a history teacher. February 19th, dog supplies in $2024. Shelter, ID tag, collar and leash, fencing, food tray, milk-bone biscuits, cowhide chewies, fluorescent jacket, pet insurance, yard cables, dog license, dog toys, vet checkup, food, dog bed, dog cage, comes to $900. February 20th. We go to the shelter at 7:30 p.m. The manager makes us sign paperwork and says, "You may return the dog with no questions asked." I think, that's an interesting statement. Ace will not get in our car voluntarily. I have to pick him up by the doggy harness and put him into the back seat. Most dogs like to stand and look out the window. Not Ace. He gets in the car and lays down in the back seat. He has not barked once. I hope he's not a barker. The yappy dogs are the worst. Ace is handsome. We move items in our kitchen so the dog cannot get into the potatoes, onions, garlic, apples, etc. We get home at 8:30 p.m. Ace is tense. He will not sit nor lay down. He stands. He is stiff as a stone statue. Helen and I put on Doggy Park on YouTube, and our dog lifts his head, shifts it back and forth, making his ears wiggle. He makes dog noises when he hears the dogs make crying noises, and it makes us laugh. Miko will feed Ace in the morning with half a cup of dry food and half a can of wet food. Miko leaves for work at 11:30 a.m. and he will put Ace in the cage. Helen gets home at 4:30 and will take Ace out for a walk. The dog will sleep in Miko's room. Day 1, February 21st. I am told a cage-trained dog will not poop in his cage. When Helen gets home, Ace has pooed the cage. He also barks the whole time a human is not home with him. He has moved the cage 3 feet. The paint drop cloth under the cage is pulled inside and ripped to shreds. I give the pooch a bath and he likes it. I like that Ace no longer smells of furculence. We decide Miko will feed the dog at 11:20 a.m. and Ace will less likely go to the bathroom in his cage by 5 p.m. when the wife gets home from work. Fun fact about Ace. He runs up and down the stairs at least 12 to 24 times a day. He follows us around the house. Dogs are pack animals. Day 2, February 22nd. Ace did not vacate in the cage today. Yay. Perhaps this is the beginning of a lifelong commitment. The day before, the cage had to be cleaned, and the dog blanket had to be washed, and the living room carpet had to be cleaned. Ace chewed and bent the entrance of the cage door. Helen had to burn a scent candle in the room. Day 3, February 23rd. Ace does not leave dog plop in the cage for 2 days in a row. I make the executive decision. We will let Ace out of the cage on day 4, and we will evaluate how things are going. As Helen and I watch television that night, I sit on the floor. Ace sits next to me to be petted. I have to push him down to lay down. He is still a 37-pound boulder. Then after a half hour, he puts his head on my leg, relaxed. Hallelujah. Day 4, February 24th. Miko walks Ace in the morning, Helen walks Ace after work. On this Saturday, Helen and I take Ace to River Road with a long leash. We walk 3 miles. In the early a.m. walk, we encounter ducks, squirrels, and a goat in someone's yard. This dog just loves to sniff, 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 and pee to let other dogs know Ace was here. We drive to a park in Warwick, New York, and walk around the park. With a 50-foot leash, Ace can cover 100 feet if he wants. When we get home from the River Road and park walk, he lays down and falls asleep. I call my neighbor to meet Ace. Richie comes over at 2:30 and we have a few beers. Helen has a White Russian, which is a glass of milk with Kahlua in it. When I offer a milk bone to the dog, he runs out of the room and down the stairs and then back up again. When I toss a chewy to Ace, he runs out of the room, runs down the stairs, and back up again. My neighbor says, "Why are you so mean to your dog?" Day 5, February 25th. Helen comes home from work to find 3 of our living room Venetian blinds torn down. The shredded slats are strewn all over the living room. In the kitchen, the coffee carafe is knocked over, and Helen takes Ace for a walk. I clean up the mess. The pooch must stay in a cage when no humans are home. Day 6, February 26th. For the second time, Ace leaves a dog pie in the cage. I do some research and it says the dog must be fed in his cage in order to not go to the bathroom in it. We begin to feed Ace breakfast and dinner in his cage. I'm told the dog should not shite where he eats. At least we hope so. I take 2 wood pallets, or skids, paint them white, and use them as a fence to keep Ace from standing by the door when someone opens it. The shelter people told us he was a runner. He is not microchipped, but he does have an ID in his collar with our address and phone number. I call Ace the undog. It is almost as if he doesn't know how to be a dog. When we walk him to the house entryway, he puts the brakes on. He will not enter the house. We have to pick him up by the harness and pull him in. Ace is an undog in that when we drive in the car, he lays down. Hitched to the outside chain, he sits and stares at the house. He does not bark unless left alone at home. He does not chase a ball. He does not play fight. He does not pull the short dog rope. The only time he acts like a dog is when we watch Doggy Park on YouTube. When I pet his face and muzzle, I cannot believe how soft it is. He will let you pet him all day long. Day 7, February 27th. Between Miko, Helen, and myself, Ace gets a lot of attention. He seems afraid of me. I am a big guy, 6 feet, 2 inches, 250 pounds. Yep, the scary guy who opens his house, feeds the dog, walks the dog, gives him dog treats, pets him for 30 to 60 minutes every night. In Ace's mind, Miko is 1, Helen is 2, and I am number 3. I'm only number 1 when Helen and Miko are not home. Day 8, February 28th. Ace drops dung in the cage for the 3rd time. The wife is upset and so am I. Stepson Miko takes Ace for a long walk in Wayanda Park, just a few miles from our home. Miko really, really, really loves this dog. Ace has a friend in Miko, and Miko has a buddy in Ace. Day 9, which is leap year day, February 29th. I put the dog in the back deck, which is 15 feet above the ground. Ace walks around, looks in the woods and the sky. He's enjoying himself. He takes a nap in his bed. I call Mom and Dad and ask Helen if I can bring Ace home to Pennsylvania the following Sunday. Of course you can. Day 10, March 1st. I get home from work, open the door. Ace makes an escape attempt. I stomp my foot, scare the dog, and he runs back in the house. We are going to get him microchipped next Wednesday for $65. The last thing I need is a loose dog in the neighborhood. It's my sister's birthday today. She's 4 years younger than me, and my birthday is tomorrow, March 2nd. Day 11, March 2nd. I bring Ace in the house from his outside cable, and he actually walks in the house without me having to pull him into the house via the doggy harness. One small doggy step, one giant step in growth. It is raining today. I want to take Ace to the local dog park, but too gray, too cold, too wet to do so. It's a lost weather day for my birthday. Helen and I eat at the Black Rabbit Saloon in Montvale, New Jersey for my birthday. I look in the mirror and my 18-year-old inner child cannot comprehend the 58-year-old face and body. Day 12, March 3rd. It's a lovely Sunday morning. I get up early and gather firewood. I want to celebrate my birthday in the woods, collecting wood while having a campfire. I bring Ace into the woods behind the house with a 75-foot cable. He wanders around the wood, sniffing. He lays down, closes his eyes with his nose to the sun. Ace later walks to me, sits up, and lets me pet him as the campfire crackles. When passerbys with a dog saunter by, Ace runs towards them, never barking, until stopped by the long leash. For 5 seconds, I catch Ace jumping up and down, running like a normal dog, having fun. Yay. Another small doggy step. That really is a huge victory. Our shelter dog is becoming a dog. Serious Ace is starting to become playful Ace. Neighbor Richie joins us from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. Day 13, March 4th. Helen comes home and Ace has shite the cage for a 4th time in 13 days. He actually fills the food dish with crap. I get home at 5:30 p.m. and I am told, "This is not working." I send an email to the shelter and leave a phone message. Day 14, March 5th. At 7:30 p.m., Ace is returned to the dog shelter. The end. Thank you for listening. The books are on Amazon.com.